My name is Mia Wasikowska. I'm Polish, actually. My mum is from Poland, and she migrated to Australia. My nana just sort of bundled my mother up and told her they were going to Germany for 2 weeks, but ended up going to Australia and then marrying, and they ended up living there. There were a few movies that got me interested in acting and cinema. My mum used to have a lot of independent cinema and European cinema playing in the house, so the few that I really loved were Krzysztof Kieślowski's films. I wasn't really into drama at school. I was really shy, so I didn't really like the drama classes as much. So it's always surprised me that I've ended up in films. It wasn't until I was about 15 that I actually even thought about acting as something I might do or as a career. So before that I had always done dance, and that had always been what I thought I'd end up doing. I started ballet when I was 8, and I went on point when I was about 13, I think. Yeah, I was really serious. I did about 35 hours a week, and it was very intense. I just started not to enjoy ballet as much because it was so much about the physical perfection. And what I liked about film was that it explored more our imperfections, and that was something that really attracted me. I heard that you had to have an agent to do film and television, so I did a Google search for acting agencies in Sydney, and then sort of hounded one to take me on and started doing auditions, and sort of started doing short films and then some feature films in Australia, and then I started working in America on In Treatment. That was the first thing I did here. I'm quite good at being able to separate myself from my character, but I do have a lot of empathy for the troubled characters. And although I'm not particularly troubled myself, I don't think, I feel like I understand. Yeah, I don't know, I understand them in some way. Particularly with In Treatment, when it came to the last episode of Sophie, I was like a mess, and it was just so hard for me to let go of that character because I was in America and I was, in another country and away from family, and it was like, she was like my friend. I did about 5 auditions for Alice before I got the role. I wore a corset for the red dress and the blue dress at the very beginning of the film, and they were very painful, but I only realize now, having done Jane Eyre, that they were like such sissy corsets. Ballet helps physically, acting physically, but I mean, ballet was never like the pain of a corset. Ballet was more like your feet are killing, or I always loved putting on the costume, and so for Jane Eyre it's incredibly helpful just to understand that repression and that pain, because you can't even breathe properly in a corset. So I even remember playing dolls in an American accent when I was a kid. It was just like, it was our make-believe. It's funny, when I go home people ask me where I'm from, so I feel like I could kind of live anywhere now.